So here I was, standing at the beginning of the on-ramp for the freeway, somewhere just outside of San Jose, California, and I stuck my thumb out. A car came, asked me if I wanted a ride. I said sure. I got in. They drove me a couple exits down the road. I got out, they went on their way. Stuck my thumb out again, and a couple cars came by. Eventually one stopped and asked where I was going. I said I was heading to LA. They said, oh, they can drive me a little bit. So they drove me a couple miles and dropped me off and made some very slow progress. Then one guy stopped by and he said, where are you going? I said, I was going to Los Angeles. He said, well, he can drive me a little bit. He's going to San Luis Obispo. And San Luis Obispo was only about 10 miles away. So I jumped in his car, threw my backpack in the back of the car, and got in the front seat with him, and he started driving, and we started talking. Charlie was a nice guy. Immediately hit it off, and we started talking, and I noticed that San Luis Obispo passed us by, but we just kept talking about life. He was an artist. Turns out he's gay, and he just discovered he was gay, or he finally came out that he was gay. He always tried to deny it. He liked being gay, and suddenly his life was free, and he's expressing that through his art. He said he could tell I was gay. And I told him, no, I'm not gay. He said, you sure I was gay? He goes, no, I swear I'm not gay. And he goes, like, how do I know? I go, well, I've never been attracted to men. I've never been interested in men. I've never thought of experimenting with men. I thought it has never crossed my mind. I'm attracted to women. He didn't believe me. And he talked about how he suffered and he struggled. He felt so alone in the world. When he came out this way and he found other people like him, he was able to discover this new freedom in his life. It was late. It must have been around 11 or 12 o'clock at night, and we had just been driving. Then we came to Santa Barbara. He couldn't go any further. I thought, wow, we really drove far. I said I was just going to sleep on the beach. He asked me if I wanted him to join me, and I said no. He's like, are you sure? And I said, I know I'm not gay. He said, okay, and he seemed sad. During much of our talk, I had been thinking about this poem that I had read recently by a French poet by the name Arthur Rimbaud. And he was from late 1800s, and he was also gay. There's one line I remembered. Long ago, if my memory serves, life was a feast, where every heart was open, where every wine flowed. One night I sat beauty on my knee, and I found her bitter, and I hurt her. I took arms against justice. I fled, entrusting my treasure to you, O witches, O misery, O hate. And then I went on. And as I finished this poem, I looked over at Charlie in the dark, and he was crying. He turned to me. I could see the tears going down his face. And he grabbed my two cheeks, and he reached in to kiss me. And quickly I turned my cheek so he can kiss my cheek. I pulled away, and he looked so sad. And I said, sorry, Charlie. It's not to be. But here, take my book. Remember me by this. And he took it, and he asked me one more time. I said, I'm sure, Charlie. And I got out of the car, grabbed my bag, and he drove away. And I walked to the beach, unrolled my sleeping bag, and I fell asleep. The question is, what was I doing at the beginning to the entrance to the highway? Right there outside of San Jose. To know that, you need to see part 3.